country's leading self-sustaining conservation agency, managing strong and robust ecosystems. Uganda is endowed with some of the world's unique wildlife. Uganda is blessed with the world's strongest waterfalls, the Murchison Falls, and home to the largest mountain gorilla population. It is also home to over 1,000 bird species, several of which you will find nowhere else on the planet. A destination from where you can discover the tree-climbing lions in Queen Elizabeth, a peek at the snow-capped Rwenzori Mountains, and untold bliss of the unique wildlife and magical sceneries within and around the protected areas. Get lost in the magic of the wild and fall in love with the life around you in the ultimate run for survival to protect and conserve Uganda's amazing wildlife resource. We envision being the leading wildlife conservation agency in the world. Our mission is to conserve, economically develop, and sustainably manage the wildlife and protected areas of Uganda in partnership with the neighboring communities and the stakeholders for the benefit of the people of Uganda and the global community. In striving to achieve our mandate, we chose to uphold these values according to the organizational beliefs, culture, and tradition that help to drive our staff into achieving the organizational mission and realizing its dream with commitment to conservation, teamwork, customer care and quality service, professionalism, and integrity. We manage 10 national parks, 12 wildlife reserves, and offer technical guidance to 5 community wildlife management areas and 13 wildlife sanctuaries. The 10 national parks include Queen Elizabeth, which many refer to as Uganda's most popular tourist destination, as well as Lakumburo, Murchison Falls, Chidepo Valley National Park, Chibale National Park, Mount Elgon National Park, Rwenzori Mountains National Park, Semuliki National Park, Mgahinga Gorilla, and Windy Impenetrable National Parks. These parks display the best in East Africa. Their Rift Valley landscapes and tropical forests make dramatic backdrops to an extensive variety of flora and fauna. With all this on shore, offers well-guided activities and attractions in the protected areas, the major ones being game drives, gorilla tracking and other primates, habituation experiences, boat launch trips, nature walks, bird watching, mountain climbing, and wildlife research activities. In order to fulfill its mandate of protecting and conserving with clear programs that are implemented by a team of dedicated professionals. One of the pillars is resource conservation and management, which aims at conserving wildlife for a healthy ecosystem in order to maintain the protected area's integrity. Law enforcement activities are undertaken to contain illegal activities and improve general security around the protected areas. These include patrols along PA and country boundaries, undertaking intelligence operations, sometimes with other institutions such as police, Uganda People's Defense Forces, and the Customs Department of Uganda Revenue Authority, among others. Protected area boundary management to ensure there is no encroachment of PA boundaries. Invasive species management to rid all the PA of unwanted invasive species management to rid all the PA of unwanted invasive species. Managing fire outbreaks through maintaining the existing and opening up new fire lines. Through the Research and Ecological Monitoring Program, monitors populations of key wildlife species and the effects of climate change on wildlife conservation in Uganda. This also helps in patrol operation planning after identifying illegal activity hotspot areas and congregation points of wild animals. Wildlife translocation is one of the mechanisms that UWA uses to conserve wildlife. The approach is vital in enhancing ecosystems with sparse populations and depopulating areas of high densities to ensure ecological balance and sustainable conservation within Uganda's protected areas. This program aims at enabling UWA to have in place a vibrant human and infrastructure system that enhances conservation. Under this program, UWA has put in place an adequately skilled, efficient, professional, and motivated workforce to ensure it executes its mandate as required of a conservation agency. Besides, the authority ensures that the workforce is tooled with adequate, appropriate, and functional infrastructure, including equipment, vehicles, plants, and machinery, which makes the conservation and management of the protected areas mandate more achievable. More so, community conservation is another strategic figment which aims at achieving sustainable wildlife conservation for improved community livelihoods and harmony between people and wildlife in the PAs. It enhances the understanding and appreciation of wildlife conservation in the communities surrounding protected areas and the whole of Uganda, promoting community participation in wildlife management using mechanisms such as community wildlife committees. It promotes community livelihoods through the revenue sharing and other benefit schemes to ensure communities get the benefits of hosting conservation areas and creating a sense of community appreciation of conservation. It is no wonder that initiatives such as the distribution of beehives, goats, sewing machines, and milling machines, among others, have improved the livelihoods of communities. The authority has managed human-wildlife conflicts by constructing an electric fence at known hotspots, animal trenches, chili growing, beekeeping, capture, and translocation, among others. The problem animal capture team ensures timely and appropriate response to reported problem animals in collaboration with the concerned communities and respective local authorities. Reaching out to a wider community with conservation awareness messages through various media, including community meetings, has helped to sensitize the public on issues including but not limited to human-wildlife conflict mitigation, illegal wildlife activities, tourism, community conservation, and benefits from the protected areas. Through the Governance and Corporate Affairs program aimed at improving decision-making in the authority, enhancing the relationships with relevant stakeholders, improving the visibility of the organization, and also ensuring the implementation of international conventions and agreements. Tourism development and financial stability. Ensuring a stream of revenue for the sustainability of conservation work is key. The Tourism Development and Financial Sustainability Program aims at improving tourism services and strengthening financial systems for increased revenue, which results in sustainable conservation. A number of marketing campaigns and other initiatives that promote domestic tourism. Executive buses and boats are in place to spur Uganda's domestic tourism niche. In local tourism drives with the aim of promoting domestic tourism in the country through exhibitions and involving in campaigns such as Tulambule, Big Birding Day, the International Convention of the Banyakigezi, Makison Falls Fishing Competition, Karamoja Festival, Miss Tourism Uganda pageant, as well as supporting local leisure activity providers like Simple's Entertainment and Mountain Slayers excursions around our protected areas. Tourism infrastructure such as trails, accommodation, waiting or briefing shelters, and also collaborates with the private sector to ensure that tourists who visit Uganda's national parks get the best experience possible. Also, as a way to create an enabling environment of smooth tourism, the authority constantly maintains and constructs new good tourism roads within the protected areas.